Hey guys, so today we're going to be breaking down the LF Super... Well, technically it isn't Super Saiyan, but I guess it goes Super Saiyan. It's in the background, okay? He's LF Bardock. LF Bardock. We're breaking down LF Bardock Zenkai Awakening. So this actually is not coming out until next week, but I think they just put the data in a bit early because we also have the co-op equip in, which is also not coming out until next week. So for whatever reason, we have all the data in for next week's update ahead of time, so we might as well just do the breakdown for this character now. This is a bit of an unexpected LF Zenkai. I didn't really think they'd do this now, but they ended up doing it now, so we'll go ahead and talk about it. This guy has a few significant flaws with his kit, and is one of the worst releases ever in the game. This character came out, he was almost not used by anybody. I mean, let's be real, this character was kind of released at the end, the tail end of the Red Gohan era, and he was yellow. And he didn't get endurance until an ally was defeated, which is one of the things I'm probably looking for to be changed the most. If I had to pick one area of this character to be changed the most, I'd probably say I'd hope they remove that restriction. So right now, as it stands, he needs to have a dead ally for him to have endurance. They need to just make that baseline. That's the one thing I'll say. So anyway, let's go ahead and pump him up to the max here. Yeah, those are very good stats. So we're going to have to subtract 13,000 for the arts boost system. So he's going to be at 280,000 to both offenses and then 192,000 to both defenses. That's pretty good. I mean, he's an LF Zenkai character. He's going to have good stats regardless, but that's good. I'll take those. Okay, I do already have the non-Zenkai version pulled up in the background, so we can take a look at what's changed with his mechanics here. So, strike is normal, blast, reduce enemy ki by 30 on hit, doesn't really matter. The blue card is the Rebellion Trigger. Massive impact damage, 15% of damage inflicted for 10 counts upon activation, destroys all of your own cards upon activation, and then increases special move damage inflicted based on the number of arts cards destroyed. So he gets 10, 20, and 35. That does not change. Okay. But then he randomly draws one new card on hit, which is new. That was not there prior to Zenkai, so... All right. One thing I also will preface this by saying is I don't think there's going to be much that's changed with this character. There's only like 2 to 3 areas. Well, not even just areas, but 2 to 3 specific mechanics that I hope that they change a little bit. But this is a character that released, sort of in the same era as like Jiren. And they really didn't change much about Jiren, and he's already really good. Something similar to realize about this Bardock is that this guy already has a really good unique equipment. So I don't see them like completely overhauling the character. But just with like a stat buff increase and maybe some minor additional, stat buffs here and there in his kit, like he's probably going to be really good. All right, so the green card, power that burns with rage. Randomly draws one new card. That's the same. Restores own health by 15% and ki by 30. That's the same. 15% to next blast arts damage inflicted. That's new. That was not on there prior. The following effects also occur if there is a defeated battle member. Restores own vanishing gauge by 60%, activates 3 times, and then randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. That is the same. So the only thing he gained on this was 15% to the next blast arts damage inflicted. Okay. And then the ultimate is the Revenge Assault. So it deals massive damage, and then upon activation, 50% ultimate damage minus 50% enemy sustained damage cut effects, and then nullifies endurance. Okay, so this didn't change at all. Interesting. Okay, let's move on to his actual abilities here. So the main ability, draws the ultimate arts card Revenge Assault next. He heals by 25% and gets 50 ki. Okay, so that goes up from 30 ki to 50 ki. He gets Cover Null for 10 counts, which is already on there. And then minus 50% to health restoration for 50 timer counts to all enemies. That was already on there as well. So the only thing he's getting on this is a little bit of extra ki. 20 extra ki, sure. All right, Zenkai ability, we already know is going to be Yellow Saiyan, which is going to be very, very good. That's good to see. All right, so unique ability number 1... 90% damage, 35% reduced damage received. Those are both the same. Nullifies in normal conditions for 60 counts. That's the same. And then, they did actually. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, so check mark on this. Restores health by 25% only once when it reaches 0, cannot be canceled. That's endurance. So again, prior to the Zenkai, he needed to have a dead ally to have endurance activated. Now it's just here at all times, which is exactly what we wanted. It's perfect. Falling effects occur after enemy attack is over. 30% to the next arts damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. It gets 2 arts card draw speed levels for 10 counts, and then inflicts all enemies with no switching for 3 counts, so it's all the same. Applies the following effects to self when one ally is defeated. He gets -5 to blast arts cost, cannot be canceled. That's new. And then he goes type neutral defensively permanently. Yeah, that -5 to blast arts cost is new. Okay. Next, we have the long sought after power. Applies the following effects to self every 4 timer counts when this character is on the battlefield. 10% damage inflicted, cannot be canceled, activates 7 times. -1 to arts cost, cannot be canceled, activates 7 times. This honestly was one other part of his kit that I kind of wanted to see them update a little bit. Because obviously, if you just read it, you understand that he needs to be on the battlefield, not just, from battle start. He has to actually be present on the battlefield for 28 counts to get his full damage here. And it's not insignificant. It's 70% damage. 70% damage and then -7 to all arts costs. That's pretty good. But the cost is that you have to be on the battlefield for 28 counts, which is a long time. He has a cover change against blasts, which you can combo with the blue card. Falling effects occur when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Reduces next damage sustained by 25%, cannot be stacked. Shortens allies sub count by 2. Reduce enemy key by 25. And then this 20% to key recovery is new. That was not prior. That was not on this kit prior. Okay, so so far the only super noteworthy change is going to be the fact that he just gained endurance here unconditionally. Sure, okay. I mean, we're moving on to the new unique abilities here, which means that they are forced to give him new mechanics. So let's see what they did. All right, applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield, draws a blast arts card next, and gets 50 key. Only activates once each. Activates once. Huh? Why? Once? Okay. Also applies the following effects to self per defeated battle member. Restores key by 25. 10% of blast damage for 15 counts, and then arts card draw speed by 1 level for 10 counts. Okay, so they kind of want you to use him as a last man standing unit. But it's timed buffs. Yeah, this isn't that great. I mean, even though this is only one time, getting 50 key and a blast card guaranteed upon entry is pretty good. But yeah, they could have done a little bit more there. All right, Furious Charge. The following effects occur upon landing a blast arts hit. 15% of blast damage inflicted for 10 counts. That's good. This guy's going to have very high stats, and he has a 40% damage inflicted unique equipment. -3 to own special move arts cost for 10 counts. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade. -15% of health restoration for 10 counts. Also applies the following effects to self if there is a defeated battle member. Activates once. Activation count resets only once when 2 allied characters are defeated. 20% to the next special move damage inflicted. And then gets cover null for 10 counts. Yeah, they really didn't do much here, huh? They didn't touch much. The one big W about this is that they gave him unconditional endurance. They unfortunately did not change the condition on... Where is it? Yeah, for this. This condition didn't change, which I would have liked for it to just, worked even if he wasn't on the battlefield. But that's what it is what it is. He does get some stacking damage, though. Unfortunately, this is specific. So the thing with this Bardock is this Bardock was always designated as a ranged character. I mean, he technically has higher strike attack, right? Look at this, slightly higher strike attack. And prior to his Zenkai, he never had specific blast damage in his kit. It was always just damage inflicted. Now we're seeing a lot of different mechanics here where it's like whenever he, lands a blast card or he draws a blast card here and he's getting blast damage inflicted here. So like, I think they're trying to push him more to a blast focused character. Whereas prior to the Zenkai, he was kind of just, you could build him however you wanted to. Which I don't really particularly think is that big of a deal, but right now I think his teams are definitely going to be more strike-based, especially if you want to use him next to the new Goku and Bardock, who are strike-based. Saiyans as a general team are more strike-based. Okay. I mean, we'll have to test him out and see. I think a lot of people are going to look at this kit and automatically underrate the character, but you guys have to remember, I'm going to pull up the equipment because like we have to. This is a big equip that he has. Hold on, let me see if I can get this archive. We just filter by unique equip. Where is the Bardock equip? Right here. Look at that middle slot. 35% to base, strike, and blast attack, and then 40% inflicted damage. Plus, he is getting the slot 3 mechanic where whenever the enemy switches characters, he gains another card and heals and gets key back. So, I feel like they probably were a little bit scared to go overboard with this character. That's why they didn't really go like super hard with his updates. But I still think he actually will be pretty good. We'll have to wait and see, though. So, let me know down below what you guys think of the incoming Zenkai for LF Yellow Bardock. Again, this character is not going to be getting a Zenkai until next week, but the data was, for whatever reason, put in the game early. So on the 20th, that's when his Zenkai will actually be available in-game for you to test out. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.